Remember that? I gave you an assignment. Print out for you again today. I forgot. Thank you. Thank you. And I said, write down 3 times you receive undeserved mercy. Right? 3 times somebody show you love when you didn't deserve it. Anybody did the assignment? Go ahead, Josh. Can you share with us? Wow. She just showed you mercy and love. How did that feel? Ah, that's beautiful. That's a great testimony. Do you still talk to them, or do you know where they are? The teacher that took you in. I see. I understand why. She deserves a place on your church somewhere. Ah, that's sweet. That's great, and that turned your life around. I'm sure. Yeah, and you learned something. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that testimony. Mommy, you had your hand up. Can you give her a mic? Can you give her the mic, please? Undeserved love, right? Undeserved mercy.
He was there. Okay. He was there for me. Then all the notes he was writing it. Then he would come out and say, "Mommy, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do." He took almost 4 weeks of his time to do all those things for me. So know that he was showing me a love that it was an unconditional love, they call it. Because he left everything he was doing. I mean, Pastor Tony, I can't forget. From then, that is when I gained I gained my favor from God. Because since that time, he helped me to get that house. When I went to that house, God was blessing me and he was checking on me all the time. So from then,
Things are working out great for you.
I had my breakthrough.
Yeah.
So that was unconditional love that he showed me, and I will never forget. Thank you.
That's cool. That's really beautiful. I remember those times when he would leave work, come take you. You had to go to this class. I don't know if you guys know when you want to get into housing, the first time buyer, they go to this program where they can give you help with the loan, but you have to go to intensive program to get it. And sometimes people can't keep up with it. But my husband was there with mom, taking her there every day for those programs, the period of the program, and help her to get the loan and get the house. And of course, mommy sharing testimony today, so that's beautiful. Thank you, mommy. That's really nice. Anybody else want to share what they did? Did we do the homework? I know mommy and Josh did the homework. Anybody else did the homework? Ah, yes. Can you give her a mic? Mommy, pass her your mic.
Yeah, I had nothing, and the love this church showed, the member of this church showed me or my children, is amazing. I can't explain it. Yeah, I feel so good. Yeah, the house was filled. After they came, they gave me an envelope, and I used that to get everything I had. I really appreciate that. That was an unconditional love, you know.
Thank God
Yeah.
for that. Amen. Thank you, church, for showing that for you, to your sister. God bless you. It's a beautiful testimony. And it's not because she deserve it, it's just because they want to share that love. You know what I'm saying? Unconditional love means there's no condition attached. Right? There is no string attached. I'm not doing this because you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this because you're worth it, but because I love you regardless of your flaws, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of the behavior that you have towards me. I just love you. And so when I do things for you, I do it because. And that's what Jesus did. He died on the cross as we went through the first chapter and you know, showing us that he loved us first. He didn't ask us to love him first. He just loved us first. In our mess, he just embraced and received us. And so he wants us to do the same for others. Because we established last week that it's very difficult, right, to actually love someone that you know gets to your last nerves every time, right? It's very difficult. But Jesus says you have to. You got to. All right, thank you. We're going to go into our second lesson today. So it is going to be, it start with fathers forget the power of patience in love. Um, I think I shared this one Sundays ago. We are on 2. Mhm. And I talked about it. I think I briefly gave you guys a scenario of that creed. I think it's a creed or a poem. I don't know what it is, but it's a very, very old creed that's been shared throughout. And I came across it, but when I look into it a little bit more, when I read the book called Think and Grow Rich, and this creed was in that book, and the way he talked about it was just so unique. You know, fathers forget, which means that sometimes we forget that, you know, children are going to be children. And they grow, and that's how they grow in their ways of making mess and falling. But, you know what I'm saying? But we have to remember that they cannot be like us today. We used to be like them, right? We were probably, if we look at our kids' life today, we probably was worse than they are. You know what I'm saying? And we forget that we went through this journey, and we chastise them so harsh, and we don't understand that the mistakes they're making is needed, I mean, for them to learn from and to grow through. Right? A child will play and get dirty, but it's okay if their socks is open and busted. It's okay, right? If they don't take enough good enough shower, it's okay. You just correct them with love, but not to forget that we were once like that. And this is how I want to apply it to the church, because we forget that we were once sinners. None of us was born perfect, or if we're not even perfect right now, right? We're never going to be perfect. But we were born sinners. Yes, now we are thriving to be a believer and walking in the righteousness of Christ. But before we got to where we are today, we were also a mess, right? We were also a mess when someone come to us and share the love of God to us and bring us to the fold, right? So we all have done some stuff that we can't share with everyone right now. Am I right? The things that if we share it, people don't want to be friends with us no more. They're like, what? They forget the love fast, right? And that's just life. But number 2 point is saying that don't forget, be patient, right? Learning patience in love, not magnifying mistakes. We have to learn to have patience in love. We do not want to magnify people's mistakes. When people make mistakes, I think you're way behind. You got to move way ahead. I'm on number 2, right? When people make mistakes, I was listening to where I'm reading a book currently called How to Influence People and Make Friends. This is like, what a minute, Calista, you want to figure out how to make friends. But let me tell you, that book, you need to read it. Ooh, it got some stuff in it. I thought I had to figure it out, but that book gives me more. So one of the things I learned in that book is this. It's saying that whenever you begin a conversation, even if you're trying to address something that is not good or you don't like, always start with a positive note. Why? Because if I come to you, Josh, and I say, Josh, why the heck you did this? Immediately you go on defense. But if I approach you and say, Josh, you're a great community engagement specialist. We love what you do. Oh, by the way, I think you should maybe look into this thing you did yesterday. You should have maybe do it this way. You open to it. I started by complimenting you. I didn't just pull your mistakes and just bash it at you, right? So my goal here is not to magnify your mistake, because honestly, what is the end goal here? Are we getting ready to solve the issue and make us feel better, right? Or are we going to magnify the issue? Look for solution. And so what we need to do as believers, Christ, as he demonstrated being patient with us, he says love comes with patience. If you do not have patience, you're not going to be able to exemplify love to others. It will not happen. Because we are quick. We are built in such a way that we react very fast to our negative emotions, right? The enzymes that comes out when we are upset is that anger, that rage, and you want to hit that person to feel exactly how you feel. But Jesus wants us to tame those emotions, right? To learn to be patient, so that way I don't come at you and only see you wrong. I want to see the good, because everyone has some good in them. We all do. I don't care how messed up you might look before me. I'm going to find one good thing about you, and I'm going to dwell on that good thing until I get you right. Right? So, but that comes with me being patient. So as a church, we got to learn patience. We have to. If we do not learn patience, we cannot grow, because we all going to butt heads. That is given. That is inevitable. That is something that will happen. We are human beings. Expect that. Expect me to say, why did you do this? That is something that we have to do. But we have to exert patience to each other. Like, I will be patient with you while you go through the process that you're going through right now. Because I got to show you unconditional love. I don't want to magnify your mistakes. Right? So when we look into the poem, Fathers Forget, the father confesses he was quick to scold at his son, but slow to affirm him, right? We get very quick to yell at the children, but we don't affirm the goodness in them. And we do it to each other. We do it to our members in the church. We scold, we yell, why you do this, why you that? But we do not affirm those good things that can make them. Remember, see a man for what they could be, and they will be that. But see them for what they are, and that's all they're going to be. So your goal, our goal, my goal is to see you. I want to work with your potential, not your present. Because we all have potentials to grow. We do. That's my goal, is to work with your potential. So, have you ever demanded perfection from someone who was still learning? Yes. A lot of time, even at work, we do that. I hire you, here's your job description, I need you to go to work and give me exactly what I put in there. Like, give them 90 days or something, right? Give them time to learn the job, at least 1 month on the job to get better, right? But we want result, like pronto. But you forget that you didn't get there that fast. You went through a process to get there, right? And so we have to be patient. Trust me, the time that you're going to know when someone is just being lazy, or when someone is just being stubborn. But the things that you have to allow time right? When you approach someone to make correction on what they are doing, you can tell by their behavior and their response if they are truly working on what they're supposed to work on, or if they're just being stubborn and refusing to yield. And so you have to learn to exist, to show mercy to them. Don't expect them to get it right away. When I give you a position in the church, I expect you to learn it, right? 3 months in, you're doing good. 6 months in, yeah. 1 month, 1 year in. So I'm measuring your progress based on your experience in that position. I am not rushing you to be refined like someone has done it for 5 years. Right? If you are good at it, you can do it faster, but I still have to take each person the way they flow. Right? And respect their process and their journey. That's how you're able to show love. Because when patience is not there, there's no way you're going to show love. You're going to always get upset. You're going to get mad. You're going to get angry. They're not getting it. This person can't just do it right. What's going on with you? You can't, don't you hear me? I've said it to you over and over and over and over again. I always tell my team, I says, at THI, we are very slow at getting to termination. We have to exhaust all our possible opportunity to help you be better. If we truly terminate you, I don't know. I just don't know, right? But it takes us a while. Employees will fire us before we fire them because they drop you like hot cake, but we don't, because we want to make sure that we have done all we can do. We are patient with you. And we give you step by step. We know when you're never going to get it because we exhausted everything. Then I say, our hands are up. Right? We're done. But the funny thing about Jesus, even if we get done with you and let you go, Jesus never does that. Wow. He never. We looked at the prodigal son last time, remember? And the prodigal son took the inheritance of the father and says, Daddy, I don't care if you are alive, but I want my stuff. You own $1 million company. I need my own share right now. The father did not argue. He took it and wasted it, came back home, and was received by God. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 to 7 says, love is what? Someone say patience. And love is what? Say kind. Can we do it again? Love is patience and kind. This word kind, if I can just stamp it on anybody's forehead, I will. To be kind seems to be very expensive. People are not kind no more. For some reason, I do not know why. What does it take to be kind to people? And we call ourselves believers, and Christ is saying that we need to be kind to each other, right? Be patient and be kind, because love is those two components. All of us here, we are seeking kindness from each other. I want you to be kind to me. I don't want you to be rude to me. You want me to be kind to you. Agreed? What does be kind means to you? What do you think that word means to you when someone says be kind? Is that word? Selfless. Thank you. Nice. Respect. Considerate. Truth. Genuine. Authenticity also is very expensive these days. Right? Just be nice to people. There's a book that you guys are reading now, if you with me. It's called The Customer Rule. When this guy wrote the book, he was asking his family. So he was talking to one of his granddaughter, and he was I'm writing this book about customer service, and he asked his granddaughter, "What does customer service mean to you?" It's probably around 7 years old, young lady. And the granddaughter said, "To me, customer service means be nice." Wow. A 7-year-old can get it. Be nice. Customer service. Be nice. Ask yourself, am I a nice person? Or you're only nice when it's convenient? Or when nobody else is watching? You become a beast. But you know, the Lord's eye sees. No. The Lord's eye sees. Be nice. If we have that here, that kind of love here, we're not going to have empty chairs. I'm telling you, we're not going to do too much work here. Just be nice to people. Unbelievable. Things happen. Just be nice to people. And then he went on to say, it does not envy, it does not boast, it does not proud. So love will not envy, right? You do not. When you love somebody, you admire them, you thank God for them, you bless them. You do not envy, because envy is a different beast on its own, right? It doesn't boast all this arrogancy and boast. I'm this, I'm that. I'm the moon, I'm the sun. Who cares? Who cares? I'll tell my husband, I say, all these freaking titles people put on your name. A pastor this and bishop this and doctor this. Listen, to me, you are Mufo, right? At the end of the day, you're not going to go to Jesus and say, hey, I was a Pastor Mufo, and, I had the robe and the hat on, and I had the cross around my neck, so give me a pass. I hate titles. You don't see me use them. Not because I'm disrespecting people, because I feel like we are equals, even to a child. We are equals. Because those titles give people different levels in life, and you begin to disrespect people because they don't have the title they have. It helps us. So all those boastfulness about who you are and what you're not and whatever, those things doesn't produce love. It goes along with pride. So love is patient. It allows room to grow and allows room for mistake. Did you hear that? Love allows room for mistake. You're going to say, well, Pastor, I don't think that was a mistake. What they did to me, they meant it. But how do you know it wasn't a mistake? To you, it's not. Could be to them. Right? Benefit of the doubt. Love allows for mistake. Because think about Jesus. If he did not allow us to make mistake, God knows. Even those of us that say we're giving a life, we take it back every now and then. We'll give it, we'll take it back. We'll give it, we'll take it back. It's that we play a mouse and cat game with the Lord. He allows us to make mistakes. We all have done things to God. I am so sorry. And he says, okay, daughter, come back. He allows for mistakes. So why don't we give each other that grace? Let's allow this grace to flow with each other, right? And love is kind. If love is built, it should not be torn down. So your goal is to build each other, not tear each other down, right? That's our goal here as believers, is to build one another. Everybody wants to be encouraged. Encourage them. Everybody wants to be loved. Love them. It won't take anything from you, I promise you. It will actually make you feel better. It will give you a different sense of love that you never experienced in your life when you begin to usher love. And finally, on that bottom, it says what? So not self-seeking, like Angela says, selfless, and it's not easily angered. It chooses, someone say, peace over pride. Love keeps no record of wrongdoing. Come on, write that one down and make it bold. Make that one bold, please. It keeps no record. Don't come and say, you did this to me yesterday. I know you're going to do it again today. Why are you keeping records of yesterday? Always, once a cheater, what we say? Always a cheater. How do we forgive and then say that again? You know what I'm saying? How do we forgive and say that again and be comfortable saying it? It doesn't record any wrong. Excuse me. It doesn't, right? Forgiveness is embedded in love. It is. You forgive and you do not go around and remember it. Let it go. People should be like a new creature to you each time you forgive them. A clean slate. Okay. Let's start all over again, right, Sissy? Right? So, okay. We had a fight one time, didn't we? You remember? You forgot? Me and you. She forgot. See? She forgot. That's beautiful. We were coming from Georgia. We were driving in the rain. See. I mean, we didn't carry it. That was it, right? I think we didn't talk to each other in the car for a while. And then we were taking turns driving. It was rough. I remember. But the thing about it is, we worked it out. Like you said, you didn't even think it was a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got home and things was fine. We went to Georgia for a conference. Me and her, we had a great time. But then, I don't know, whatever. But you don't remember. I don't go back there and I bring it because I make an example. It's in the past, right? We are looking forward. Nobody in here hasn't had an episode that needs to be forgotten. My screen keeps showing down on me, so please bear with me. In love always protects, tells the truth. I think Mufa said that, or trust. And it has hope. It preserves. It never quits. Oh my God. It never quits. Unconditional love never quits. You hope for the best for people. You do your best to protect them, to build trust with them, because that's your job as a believer. Let's look at Colossians 3:21. It says, fathers, do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged. And that goes for us too. So love builds confidence, not resentment. You want to build confidence in your loved ones, with your fellow Christians, right? You do not want to create a resentment episode where resentment is very bad. It can last for a long time. It's so hard to come out of it when you begin to resent somebody. But if you love them, you build their confidence the way you talk with them, right? Harsh correction without grace causes discouragement. And parenting and leadership should be rooted in patience. Patience. I can't lead if I don't have patience. If I'm constantly scolding, constantly whooping, I cooperate him on Sunday, tell I'm going to whoop them because I've done some lot of whooping recently. So when I call them, I see that they're scared. So now I have to be careful with that because I don't want them to look at me like I'm always coming with a fist, right? So I have to make sure that I encourage them, not constantly picking on their mistakes, but finding the good things about them and shout it out, right? So they can know that I see them because I do, but my action have to follow, right? I can say I do, but my action must follow that, right? So, and that helps them to build their confidence. So it's good to encourage. Encouragement is a form of love that gives life. It does. When you encourage somebody, you give them life. They feel good. They feel accomplished. They feel like, yes, I can take on the world, right? When you Even though that you know, oh my God, there is a series on Netflix. It's a Chinese lawyer. I don't know what it's called. It's a Chinese series, but they translate it in English. You guys should go watch it. I forgot the name of it. But there's a case that came to the lawyer. No, that was the wrong one. It's actually not the Chinese one. This is another one. Dan and yeah, the two lawyers, the two goofy guys. What is the name? You guys should go look it up. It's on Netflix right now. You can see it once you open your Netflix page. But these are two lawyers. They're very goofy the way they behave, but they're very good. And they had a case came to them. This young girl was terminated from her job because the employer didn't think she was pretty enough to work that position. But the girl thought they terminated her because she was too pretty for them. So she had the opposite conclusion. So when she came to the lawyer, she wants to sue the company for terminating her because of her fine looks, they were all confused. And when they reached out to the company that did what they did, they said, no, she was let go because she is not pretty enough. And so now the lawyer was like, how are we going to tell this girl that thinks that she was terminated because she looks too good, that actually it was because she don't look too good? That is a tough conversation to have. It's tough. So what they did was they decided to go with what she thinks. They said, yes, you were terminated because you are too beautiful. When they first met the girl, she looked so shabby and so out of place. But when they started telling her that, yes, you were terminated because you are too beautiful, you see her hair, you see her outfit, she became automatically start looking like that. And that court case went in exactly that way. And this is so amazing. Sometimes we need to learn some good lessons here. And the lawyer in court would tell the judge and the jury and said, look at her. I can't take my eyes off her. She is too pretty. That is why the employer cannot withstand her complexity and her shape and her body. So they terminated her. And then she'll be like, and they used that and won the case for her. They did not tell her that she was done because of looking ugly. Imagine that. How would you go and say that to somebody? And they couldn't turn her down on her case without a reason. So they had to go with that. They encouraged her in a positive way. At the end of the day, when she came out of their courtroom, honestly, the way she first met them was different. Because they spoke it to her spirit. And she received it. And she went home, did her hair nicely, combed her hair, put on a nice suit, looked good. And you know what? Honestly, there's no ugly person. People look ugly because they've been told that they are ugly and they accept it and they dress and they look like that. Right? You look like what you think you are. And so because of that, they begin to feel like that. Then it becomes that. But if you say to somebody that they're pretty and they're beautiful, they will walk in that. Learn a lesson from that. I'm telling you, they'll walk in that. So encouraging people and not discouraging them is a good way of showing love. All right. Let's look into the story of Eli, I'm running out of time, and Samuel. The book of 1 Samuel 3:1-10. Samuel mistakes God's voice 3 times, remember? And yet, Eli did not get angry at Samuel. 3 times. If I come to my mom's room and say, Mom, what is that? You calling me? Mom was like, nope, I didn't call you. Go back and lay down. I go and lay down. Then I get up again. Mom, you calling me? My mom going to take her shoes and throw at me. Okay. Okay. She's like, why are you kicking in my sleep? But the 3rd time, I'm going to get a dirty slap on my face. Mommy, am I telling the truth? Mom is here, she can tell me. But Eli, Did not get angry at Samuel because Samuel was hearing the voice of God and keep running to Eli, thinking Eli was the one calling him. 3 times, and then finally Eli says, wait a minute, it's not me. I think it's God calling you. But he was patiently helpful to help Samuel discern the call of God. Very patient. If he had slapped Samuel during one of those episodes, Samuel would probably go to bed and not wake up no more. Because even if he heard the voice, he's like, nope, I'm going to get some whooping. I won't get up no more. Right? So just being patient in small things like that. I mean, very small things. It pays off. Right? So patient, our parents in today's busy world, of course, we choose to lash out for small things. But I want you to encourage and build confidence why you don't, criticisms has to be constructive. If you have to use them, make sure it is constructive, right? If you come to me to talk about, my behavior, my attitude, try to make it constructive because it will help me to be better and not set me backwards, right? So criticism breaks the spirit. It really does destroy the spirit. It really does, right? If I keep coming to you and says, Mary, what's wrong with you? Don't you see the stuff on the floor? Clean that. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep missing this thing every time? You keep missing one place. What's going on with you? It will kill your spirit. It will, right? I have to find a way to say, Mary, you're doing a fabulous job. The bathroom smells so good. But I noticed that this place, I don't know if the vacuum works properly, but for some reason you always miss this area. Let's check your vacuum. I'll blame it on the vacuum, not on you. It could have been you just missing that place. But I can't correct you by saying, Mary, you always miss this place now. No. Then my approach to you must entice you to do better, not to break your spirit. All right, let's look at the takeaway points as we wrap up because my time is fast spent. Number 1 point today, if you take away, will be I love what? Love is, and when mistakes even when mistakes are repeated, you still be patient. Even when people keep doing the same mistakes over and over and over, you got to be patient. And then what happened? When you criticize, you create wounds, right? But when you encourage, you build. You build. When you criticize, you create wounds. Think about that. Remember that. You might say it and you're gone by your way. You don't even remember you said it. But that person that you said it to, yes, it scars them. It does, right? The Bible says if you have nothing good to say, shut up. Don't say a word, right? So whenever you open your mouth to say something, let it be positive. Let it be positive. Let it be a word of encouragement. Let it be a blessing. Growth requires space for, some say failure. Yes, for you to grow, you must allow space for failure. You know what I'm saying? For me to get you to grow in whatever I'm trying to get you to do, I must allow space for you to fail. And I must be okay with it. I use it as an opportunity to train you, right? Because if I keep doing it for you or constantly just yelling at you, I destroy your spirit. So here's your assignment. So this week, before you correct someone, whether it's a child or a spouse or an employee or a church member, I want you to pause and ask, am I forgetting they are still growing? Just ask that question, right? Before you criticize someone, whether it's your friend, your coworker, your colleague at work, your church members here, your husband, your wife, just pause and ask, am I forgetting that they are still growing? And listen, there are times when we feel like, well, this person's been in church for 50 years and should understand right now, they should get it, right? But honestly, just because you've been coming doesn't mean that you've been getting it. So always have that benefit of a doubt. Like maybe they didn't get that piece. Maybe they were absent in all the Bible study that was taught in that particular topic. That one they didn't show up. So maybe I have to allow them some grace in this area, right? So try it and see, because I bet you God will present you an opportunity this week. Because you heard the word, he will test you. right? And when it's presented to you, I need you to please practice that. So I have a question for you. In what relationships do you need more patience in? Think about it in your life, right? Is it your is it your father? Is it your mother you need to be patient with? Who in your life right now needs more patience from you? That person that keep poking, right? Who in your life needs more patience from you right now? We all have that one person, at least one, that requires more patience from us. That we're about throwing the towel on them, right? So think about that person. Anybody want to answer? If you want to, not. If not, we're moving forward. No. Your children. I mean, what have we done? Yeah, the patient with us. Mom, a lot of patience for mom. Yes, right. So God is calling you to exercise patience for them. They need your love. Guess what they're looking for, mommy? You know what we're looking for from you? We just want you to love us. That's it. Just kill us with love, and guess what? We're gonna be nice to you. We're gonna be sweet to you. That's it. That's all Nala is looking for. It's some excess love. Oh, yes. That's what they're looking for. Right, Pamela? Just love them. Spoil them. Confuse them with love. Overwhelm them with love to the point where I say, this is too much. Mommy, it's too much. You know? So another question I have for you is, what does encouragement look like in your daily life? In your daily life. What does encouragement look like? Yes. So sweet. So you walk with Mary, I know that, do you encourage her? Give me like one sentence or one word you would say to Mary when you meet her in the morning. That will make her feel encouraged. Mm-hmm. You give her a hug. Yes. That is good, right? Good morning, Mary. How you doing? And give her a hug. That hug might be all she needed for that day to just have a great day. You see what I'm saying? So learn the people that you walk around with in the church and see, what can I do to help this person feel love from me? And don't wait for them to deserve your love, right? We last week we talked about don't say they don't deserve my love, right? Don't use that word. You gotta earn my love. Don't use those words, right? Because we did not earn Jesus' love. It was freely given to us, and he expects us to freely give it out, right? So all of us here, anybody sitting here that you feel like you don't deserve your love, cut it out. They need your love. Give it to them. They need your love. Because maybe you are the connection to their breakthrough. You never know. Maybe you could set them up for a great success. You never know, right? So please, every day before you go home, do your best to encourage somebody. That is my job in this world. When I woke up in the morning every day, I think to myself, whom will I add value to today? Because my goal is to add value to people's life. I don't take it, I add it. I am an addition, not a subtraction, right? So I woke up every day and said, okay, who am I going to do? What am I going to do today to add value to somebody's life? And I begin to think. And when I see opportunity, I take it. I don't go home until I put a smile on somebody's face. I make it an intentional act. Trust me, you will be surprised people are going to need that. And you just sit and watch because they don't know that you're doing it intentionally. But you know. But you can see how it's manifesting and how their atmosphere is changing. So try your best to be an encourager, not a downer, right? Do that and watch God moves in your life. I'm telling you, God will just transform everything around you. So I want you to please do your best again to encourage somebody every day. People wants to be encouraged. People wants to be loved. As simple as that. So your assignment as we close out, H2 number 1, stop when you're about to make correction that might feel criticized and ask, have I extended some grace here? Right? Make sense? We promise we're going to do it. I need a lot of love. Unconditional love, exactly. Unconditional love. I need it. You know, it's, I'm telling you, um, I think I shared this before, when my dad, before he passed on, he had called me and he said on the phone, Calista, I just want you to forgive me for anything I've ever done to you. Dad, what? What do you mean? You know, if you know my dad, he's a tough cookie. Like he's what we call in Africa this teacher that will whoop you till you you know, he don't play. Like and for and rightly so, because he's all about making sure we get it, right? And I don't take one beat of my discipline I receive. For me, I needed it, right? But he's that tough. And he never, I never see him where he come down and talk to me at my level. But that day on that phone call, I felt equal with my father for the very first time. Such a humble atmosphere when he said that to me, and I began to feel guilty, like I don't deserve this. That's my testimony of receiving undeserved mercy. You know what I'm saying? And he said it first. And because I said it first, I told you, it kind of hit me really hard. And I started crying. I'm like, Dad, what do you mean? He said, just that. And I'm like, okay, I'm happy. But when I left that phone call, it was rough. And that was the last conversation we ever had. And, he was no more. And I'm happy that he said that, because that tells me one thing, that is in heaven. That gives me satisfaction. I think about it. He is in heaven because he made amends. Whatever he think he did, to me, I feel like he was being a parent to me, but maybe he thought he could have been better. I don't know. But still, Bible says if your sister has done something, your brother has done something to you, and you remember that they did something to you, before you give your gift to the altar, you go back to them and make amends first. My dad did that. I don't even remember what he's asking forgiveness from, but he is. That means he remembers something he might have done that he felt like he shouldn't have done towards me, and now he's asking for forgiveness. Wow. So, saints, remember we hear the golden rule that says, do unto others what others should do unto us. But I took it in the next level, and I said what? Do unto others more than what you want done unto you. Go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. It doesn't take nothing from you. God bless you. Any question tonight?
Amen.